I guess final question. I've had you on for quite a while now. Um, where so I asked you first where the industry headed before we kind of went off on a bit of a tangent. But so in kind of the next 3 years, where do you see Rundeck headed? Obviously, a really exciting time.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we're just getting started on this, I call it ticket time to real time, right? That, hey, that are we able to operate as a collection of human beings, as a company? Are we able to operate not in this siloed, disconnected, request queue? It's ticket queue, right? I call that ticket time, right? And all of the problems that have plagued us over the years, and it's become this rate limiting thing, right? That our ability to operate, how fast we can operate as an organization, no matter who's doing the operating, right? You see that today; it's being distributed across the organization. No matter who's actually doing the operational task, the speed at which they can act, surely, confidently, and effectively and safely, is becoming the rate limiting step in the whole IT supply chain, which is becoming now the rate limiting step in the entire business, right? So I think this huge pressure on operations is only building, and I think we're very early in this understanding of this kind of move from ticket time towards real time, right? So that's something that I think we're just going to see I think an exponentially increasing rate of change across companies as they now take that transformation gaze off of just the dev to ops delivery side of things and focus on how day two and beyond is just as important to the overall end-to-end picture, overall health of and agility and speed and effectiveness of an organization, better, faster, safer, cheaper. Right. So I think we're early days in that transformation. So that I'm really excited about. It's one of the kind of big alignments that we had with, PagerDuty and, why Alex and I and the rest of the team decided to join up. So I see a lot of that. I think also we're early days in terms of the effect of the kind of microservices and cloud native transformations, right? And what that means. And it's kind of a virtuous loop that we have these more ephemeral infrastructure and dynamic infrastructure, and how that is going to exponentially increase the speed and the agility that we're going to be gaining there, and how that's going to drive the pressure on operations to learn how to adapt to that, to take advantage of that. So I think that's going to become even more of a competitive advantage for companies who can harness that. But I think we're definitely early on in those. And that microservices, cloud native transformations causes a lot of problems, right? A lot of challenges to be solved, I should say, right? In terms of complexity and speed and, scale that we have to solve. So I think you're going to see those two things, kind of the operations adapting to meet those digital DevOps, kind of transformation pressures. And then we have these new technologies that are going to make the possibility even bigger. That's going to say, let's go faster, let's go bigger, let's go better, which is going to put more pressure on operations, which is going to unlock the next set of technologies. So there's this loop that's going to happen. And I think you're going to see a pretty hard split between the companies that are able to harness that and learn. It's like in the manufacturing world, they went through this, in the 80s. The companies that were stuck in the old ways really suffered. And so a lot of them kind of, to the big detriment, all because of their manufacturing capabilities versus those who figured out the, better, faster, cheaper, safer, lean manufacturing principles. And guess what? 50 years later, it's still going on, right? 40 years later, we're still going through these lean transformations in the manufacturing world. So I think we're still going to be, we're not different, right? We're still going to be seeing this. And, it's like that old saying that if you move halfway to the wall each time, you're never going to hit the wall, right? So if the wall is perfection and we can get ourselves halfway there each time, we're just going to keep getting better, better, better. It's an infinite loop of improvement. So those are the two big trends I think that are going to be acting on all of us and are going to kind of be dictating kind of what goes on with our work lives.